Hey, welcome to Stu's Reviews, and today we're going to review the Hetzer, the German tank destroyer. This thing is what I call a bit of a weapon, characterised by the fact it doesn't have a movable turret. The turret is fixed, so therefore you've got to move the whole tank to actually aim. And look, it's one of those tanks that I believe is a really good fun thing to do, but you've got to be smart about how you play it. And, it's got great angles on the front. You have a look, you can bounce some shots with that armor. 440 hit points is pretty good. But you've got that sloping armor, but you can get caught out in this thing. You really can. One thing though, when it's optioned up, when it's fully, optioned out, as a tier 4, this thing is really, really good to play. And, it's very impressive, you've got to say. I really enjoy this tank. I'm going to go through some gameplay in a minute too. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the stats on the tank. Look, it's not the most mobile tank. Traverse speed of only 23 kilometers an hour. Standard shell damage, 120 to 200. But the penetration's, not right up there. Rate of fire, 6.5 rounds a minute. With a good aiming time though, a 1.7 aiming time is fantastic, and a fairly low dispersion rate, which means you're not going to miss too many with this tank, provided you're in the right position. And that's something that the gameplay, I'm going to show you a little bit about that as it comes up. I did this review. There's not a lot of reviews out there for the lower tiers. There's plenty on the upper tiers because everyone wants to be level 10. But the reality is, when you're grinding through these lower levels, trying to get up to your level 10, it really helps getting some information that may help with that sort of stuff. So what you're going to find with this tank is, when you go back to the lower guns, it's not that great. You can do okay with it, but you've got to be real careful. But when you option up some of these bigger guns on this tank, this thing really cracks along, and it can make a big difference. But what I've found is that you need to be in the right position. If you get caught out, if you get caught in a gunfight with this thing, you will get annihilated. Especially some of the really light German tanks, like a Lux or something like that. You're gonna get hammered, because they'll come right around the back of you and hit you right in the back where you don't have a lot of armor, and it's game over from there. This 7.5 centimeter gun is better, I've found, than the 10.5. Yeah, the 10.5's got bigger whack, bigger alpha damage, but its rate of fire is not as good as the 7.5, and it's just a much better gun for trying to do more damage per minute, which is what we're looking at. But it's all about position. You've got to get this tank in the right position for it to perform how you want it to perform, and have good gameplay. And I think that's sometimes where we struggle with the lower tiers. We struggle with gameplay and what to do. Notice before we've even started, I've got the tank ready to swivel to the right, and I'm heading to my favourite spot up here at the top on Copperfield, where you can sort of sit in a little bit of a dip here. And particularly with this tank, you can keep your lower front hull not exposed to the guys coming around the corner. As you can see, we've already got a Stug. He's flown up the hill, and he's about to present himself right in my crosshairs. And look at this gun dispersion here, really tight. We're in right on him. Bang! Pumped a shot straight into the front of him. He doesn't know what to him. He's only just seen us, and now it's all too late for him, because he's already got some damage inflicted, and he's about to be finished off by one of the other guys. But this T28 unfortunately pops in front of me here and blocks my shot. But thankfully, there's nothing else coming. So, that side of it was okay. And all of a sudden, I get a feeling that we're going to be seen from the back, because no one's watching our left flank. Sure enough, we've got tanks coming up on our left here. So, we have to swivel around and, get the old Hetzer in place. Das is good, yeah. We get Hetzer and we shoot him with our cannon. Don't know what happened there. A bit of a missed shot on the aim. And I think it was my lag, bit of ping going on there. Happens from time to time. But this guy's got no idea we're there. He hasn't seen us yet. And now he has. But it's all too late for him. I'm about to finish him off. He's tunneling on the other guy. Completely disregarded us where we were sitting. and now we've got some other guys coming up on this flank. Now they think, wow, we've caught these guys by surprise, but unfortunately we're onto them. Issue is we're not sure how many's coming up this hill, so there's only two ways of doing it. You can sit here and wait for them to come to you, or you can go back down and expose them. And you know, at this point in time, I'm trying to see and get some identification. Right, I've got him on the radar now. We've seen him, pumped a shot in, and unfortunately, I now get seen and get absolutely hammered. Everyone's gone, wee, there's a Hetzer there, and just pumped some shots into me. So I took some damage, and now I'm trying to angle and reverse. You can see how slow we are in reverse. But I bounce a couple, which is good because that angled front, and at this point in time I think, well, I'm lucky I got away with that. They just took out another one of our guys, and it's pretty even at the moment. We're still a couple ahead, but they are still they're still well in this game. They could run this game, they really could have. But we've pulled back now just to try and drop out of their view. But I want to get some shots back in because I know this gun's so good. Look at the aim times dropped right down. I'm running no equipment on this. I've actually fixed that. I put some gun rammers and vents on it, which has improved the crew and improved the performance out of sight. But in this game I didn't have that. So I'm still only 1 kill, and pumped one there. I didn't get a great purchase on that hit. Didn't quite get it flat onto him. But you see I'm rocking backwards and forwards here, trying to drop out of their sight and not give him anything to shoot at. Missed him there. That was my fault. I thought he was going to keep rolling back, and he didn't. So I was trying to anticipate where he would be. Again, that slope nose of the Hetzer, it got one on me, but he didn't finish me off. And they're going to regret that in a minute because that's the winning shot of the game. And we wrapped it up and ended up with 3 kills. And you have a look at here, when we finish it off and go and look at the stats on it, you know, massive amounts of damage, 1100, great experience, you know, got a top tank. I didn't get an ace tank or anything like that. It didn't deserve that, but you know, massive amounts of coin too. Great tank if you want to run it through. So hope you enjoyed that review, short and sweet. Look, check us to subscribe if you want to hear more. Happy tanking, enjoy the game, and be kind to each other. Cheers.